I'm Chance. This is Cheers. This is the 5th episode. Please subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Looks good in terms of numbers. But other than that, what's going on? America is still racist, first off. America is still racist. But are we making progress? Second, Joe Biden, surprisingly viable candidate for presidency? I'd say yes. Third, I refuse to read Gone with the Wind. Not doing it. Fourth, officially started taking my ukulele lessons. So, I'm expecting a lot more female attention, and I've been ready for it about all my life. Let's go. Alright. Cool. First, no alcohol today. It's 9:37. I'm drinking coffee, black, out of a Starbucks Manila mug. Don't have any stories about Manila, but it's too early for alcohol today. As much as I wish I had some, I don't. Probably not too early. Just lacking thereof. But anyways, guys, I've been thinking about it for a little bit. I've really been thinking about how I should tackle this, because it's a complex, very abstract problem that's obviously plaguing our country, and that is structural racism. It's difficult because I don't think anyone really has an answer. What happened to George Floyd was a catastrophe, and we're all feeling the shockwaves from that ripple throughout our country. We are on fire right now. We're on fire as a nation. And I agree, it does need to be voiced. This is a huge matter, and it's been passed up too many times. It's been pushed under the rug too many times. We need to give a voice to the voiceless, more importantly. That's what these peaceful protests are doing. It's illustrating what's wrong in our society and what we want to have happen. And I think that needs to happen. The next step would be to sit down and have objective conversations about how we could change these systematic errors. But what I don't think helps is when these peaceful protests turn into looting and vandalism, especially when it is looting of a small business owner, especially a minority business owner, because it's not who we're going after. We're going after the idea of racism in America, about how the American system still comes inherently with racism and how we could change that. But on that same note, for the most part, what I've seen is we're all on the same side. And I know that really does depend, especially on which state, which city you're in. I'm in San Diego, and from what I've seen, most cops are on our side. A good majority of them are even minorities. I know, guaranteed, there are some cops that are closet racist, and that's too bad. That's what we're really trying to change. We're trying to change their opinion of others. And I think that these peaceful protests really do have an ability to influence, but what I think we need to do even more than that is we need to carry this valor, carry this motivation, keep it going until elections, because that's how we change politics. That's how we change the system. That's how we change society. At least in America, we vote. We use our power to vote, and we vote for what we believe in. As of right now, I don't believe that the administration could do anything immediately to right the wrongs. Instead, we need to re-elect officials that share our point of views and share our beliefs. I think that's the only objective way to really tackle this. But the last thing we should be doing is destroying our own city, destroying what our citizens around us that live in the same communities as us have been building for years, if not decades. And just because we're angry and we think that they're a part of the establishment, we go in and ruin the small business that is their livelihood, and they've spent their entire life to recreate. So just take that point of view into these things, and just look at everything with a grain of salt. But another point I wanted to get to, and to get to this point, I have to cover exactly what is racism. Let's cover it. So, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it is racial prejudice or discrimination. But what I've seen in the past couple of days is, for some, racism can also be the repressed desire for traits of the discriminated. And it's tough because in our specific situation, I get it. We have been stroking it. We've been letting it slowly build up. And without us even noticing, we busted. The entire country busted. What does that mean? We're in fucking distress. The country's on fire right now, as all of you guys could see. But what I'm alluding to is, I think a lot of people might really just desire some of those traits, because according to Harvard Politics, during the last presidential race, 2016, when there were active protests going on regarding building a wall on Mexico's border, guess what Pornhub's data showed? More people in the U.S. searched than anywhere in the world. Big booty Latina. And I take a lot of pride in that statistic because I know I personally contributed to those numbers. But good job, America. You managed to sexualize racism. You can't even be a full fucking racist. You have to be some pseudo-bigoted, racist, goddamn cuckold. The fuck can't you guys do? But seriously, guys, with everything going on, try and keep your mind open to understanding another point of view, one that is different than your own, and be willing to support that point of view, because at the end of the day, we are one people and we need to band together for what we believe in. I read this quote that really made me think of it, and it is by, I should have this information, but this is how we're doing it. It is by Martin Niemöller. And the quote is, "They came first for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me, and by that time, no one was left to speak up for me." So just think it over, guys. We all need people in our corner, and there will be more there if you're in other people's. So be a friend to someone else today. Be understanding, be caring, and voice your opinion. Stand up for what you truly believe in, because if you don't, no one else is going to stand up for what you believe in. But anyways, guys, we're staying on politics today. I don't know what it is. But right now, at this point in time, we're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. That's what I thought, at least, until I really started rewatching some of Biden's best moments in the public light. And he's surprisingly viable. I'd say one of the most viable presidential candidates within the better part of the last century. First off, he says what the fuck is on his mind. while also exploring very meta concepts. I don't know why I unplugged these headphones, but I'm going to play a couple of these examples for you guys. And I just want to show you a true presidential candidate. So this first example is him just exploring a very meta thought. I'm still trying to understand what it means.
Science over fiction. We choose truth over facts. And so, folks,
we choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts. Aren't facts science? I don't know. He must know more than me. That's why he's getting paid the big bucks. I'm still trying to understand the concept. It's very fucking profound. Honestly, he's probably still trying to understand the concept, but he has until November to do that. So he has some time. But what I'm saying is he's exploring things that break the barriers of conventional logic. Think outside the fucking box. That's what Biden's doing. And besides that, he has an impeccable rapport with the cultural community of the United States, with the minorities. He has an incredible way of speaking to them, relating to them, being compassionate, and just being an overall champion of the people. So this first one, I know all of you guys have probably seen it, but I'm just re-embedding how well Biden paints himself in this picture.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
If you have a problem figuring out whether or not you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Again, that goes back to him speaking what's on his mind. We need someone that speaks what's on his mind, and this is undeniable. He's there. He's there with us. And one more. I got one more for you guys. One more.
Cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wow. Wow. We know where he's coming from. He's not going to hide anything in this race. Man. But what I'm saying is, you guys saw that. Fucking impressive. So, that rock got a little bit softer in my opinion. But besides his rapport with the racial community, what about his policies? In terms of policies and care for that of, I don't think he has too much in terms of care. And in terms of execution of these policies, I don't think he's really formulated a plan. But what he lacks in implementation of policies, he makes up for in his physical ability. Who needs a president that can enact policies when we have one that could do fucking push-ups?
Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape line, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Let's do whatever you want to do. I'd run with Biden because I've run. But if I ran with Biden, that'd be the next level. And yeah, overall, really impressive physical figure, especially for someone born in 1882, and just very decent and viable presidential candidate, all in all. I don't know what we could complain about. He has everything. So just think it over, guys. Just think it over. And it's why I bring this up is one thing I've noticed, and I get it. There's a lot going on right now. But in 2016, at this time of the year, all I saw on the news was the election, was people talking about policies and what they're voting for. I haven't heard one peep of the election. Instead, I've seen and heard the exact opposite. Our president right now is pretty much cowering. He hid in the underground bunker of the White House for a night. Finally turned off. I think it's the first night the White House ever turned off its lights since it had electricity. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure I read that. And that's not helping him at all. The president's supposed to be strong, in my opinion. He's supposed to protect the country and not hide. That's not what I'm seeing. But anyways, finally moving away from politics into conspiracy. Taking off the tinfoil hat. Actually, I would put it on, but I didn't make one. So we're taking off the headphones. And I called that tinfoil hat. But you know they're headphones. Birds aren't real. I've heard this phrase before, but I just found a website that sells shirts that says birds aren't real, and I got one of those, and I'm very excited. But then I found out exactly what birds aren't real means. Apparently, there's a group of conspiracists that believe the CIA, a while ago, a couple decades ago, they started this project in which they were committing a genocide to the bird populations, and when they would wipe them out, they would replace them with robotic doppelgangers that would survey us. And there's even interviews of ex-CIA agents saying that he's seen thousands of these little bird drones being set up and released into the public. So I don't know what to believe about it, because in the interview, that man also looked like he could have been a vagrant, but I'm not questioning it. I'm not questioning it. And what's even more convincing is when they describe to me how the birds actually function, it makes sense. They don't need to replace batteries. They don't need to replace the batteries. What they need to do is they need to sit on power lines. Surprise, surprise, birds already do that. And then it regenerates the electricity for them. So I bought this shirt and it says bird watching goes both ways. So I highly suggest you guys take that into consideration whenever you see a bird staring at you. Get out of the eye of the public. Get off the grid, guys. Be careful with your lives and watch out. There are things about this world we don't know. Scary. Apparently, I saw Yellowstone. Pretty sure it's Yellowstone. Yellowstone has had a bunch of miniature earthquakes. So that could be a signal for some volcanic activity. From what I know, that's a super volcano. If that erupts, we're done. We are done. I just know personally, I'm trying to go south. From San Diego, I'm going to the border. I'm going to get some cabeza tacos. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trucking. And I searched it up. How do you get from San Diego to Venezuela? I couldn't completely figure it out. I don't think they have connecting roads in which you could just drive. So I've been running for a reason, guys. And I know some of you might say, what do you mean running? You have the physique of a swimmer. You take off your shirt and you have shark gills. I know that. I'm very water dynamic too. But my inherent build, it specializes me more towards cutting through the air because I'm sharp. And just the way my body moves, I'm meant for those motions. And I could keep it going. Once I hit my second stride, I'm not stopping this train, you know? Got my caboose in the back, and force in motion tends to stay in motion. Boys and girls, I'm always in motion. I'm always moving. Always moving. You should be too. But anyways, that's why just get ready. Get ready for whatever's coming, whether that may be robot birds or a super volcanic eruption. Just be ready for it. And last but not least, it's more of a message to myself, just to keep myself on the track. Keep the momentum up. Officially taking ukulele lessons. I'm pumped. Because you know what that means? I'm going to get a lot more attention from women. It's what I'm expecting. It's completely what I'm expecting. That's why I chose an ukulele over a guitar, because it's more mobile. The guitar is more mobile younger cousin that is going to turn out to be taller than the guitar once they do both reach maturity. But as of right now, the guitar is like 16, more developed. And the ukulele's, I'd say like 7.5, but he's already at the guitar's shoulders. He's coming up. And the guitar might be the stallion right now, but move the fuck over because the Mustang's coming in. Mustang is coming in. So, yeah, ladies, be ready for that. Ukulele is something I'm practicing right now. I'm ready for it. I just hope you guys are, because coming in hot. But other than that, what else has been going on? I had my birthday the other week. I didn't do much. I went over to my friend's house, got pretty drunk. I told myself I wasn't going to, but I did. And ever since then, I've been feeling a little queasy, so that also might be a reason why I'm drinking coffee right now. That is cold coffee, not even iced. That is completely room temperature. But what I'm saying is, I gotta stop drinking as much. And maybe just like a nice glass with you guys to relax, calm the nerves. But I gotta stop drinking like a fish. And one thing I was thinking about is, with everyone's birthday, that means that they gain a year of age. You've been around the sun one more time. That's scaring me. I don't like the fact that I'm 22. I'm getting old. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my joints. Literally within a week of me turning 22, my arm starts aching. My knees start aching. I have to start stretching. So I'm just starting to realize the type of maintenance that comes with age and really get into your golden years. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not looking forward to that at all, guys. But like I said before, you're not stopping this fucking train, this freight train. That's me. I'm a freight train. And I got 3 fully loaded cabooses. And I know that's the back train car, but I got 3 of those bitches. So I got some weight pushing behind me. I'm just telling y'all, be ready. Just be ready. Be ready for whatever life has to offer. And yeah, I covered what I had to talk about today, guys. I really just wanted to get this off my chest. And next time, I'm looking forward to getting a guest on here pretty soon. Maybe not next time, but within the next couple episodes. I want to talk to someone. Definitely want to talk to someone, just not myself. And I'm also looking into how I could get other people to start calling in so I could talk to them, get another voice on here. Maybe not physical, in person, other guy talking to the mic, but just someone calling in, telling me what's going on in their life. Maybe I could help them out. So I'm working on that, and I'll get back to you guys when I know exactly when I got that all figured out and everything. But other than that, once again, this is Cheers. Like, subscribe to the video. We're getting everything figured out. I'm learning how to voice my opinions a little bit more comprehensively and not sounding like a fucking spaz. So thanks for sticking around through that, guys. Soon enough, we'll get there. Everything's a work in progress, once again, including you, so take care of yourself. As always, I'm Chance. This is Cheers. I'll see you guys next time.